Welcome to Module 5 on the simple online system for multiple streams of income. Well, at this stage, we're working on one stream, but I'm hoping that over a period of time, you'll actually be able to integrate this same system regardless of what it is that the product or the network marketing company that you're working with. You see, if you're going to be building relationships with one group of people or a person, why not allow that network to just flourish under a variety of different opportunities that they can be involved in? Why just have one stream of income from one particular source when there are a variety of incomes that are out there? All we have to do is to offer it to them and then see where they'd like to go from there. So, Module 5 is going to be covering the topic called conversations. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is really, really important. You must follow through this step by step by step. Don't deviate off it, even though you need to streamline it down so that it personalizes and comes from your heart. It's got to come from the way that you talk. But all it is a step-by-step process that's helping you to build rapport in those steps that I talked about in the previous module. The step where you're making the contact, you're building rapport, you're listening to where they're at, you're asking them qualifying questions, you're bringing them to a point of being able to send them to a sales video, you're bringing them to a close, and you're getting them on to the next step of the webinar or whatever the sales process is. So now it's the meat in between all of this. It's the glue, the conversation that's going to not build a wall of resistance against you and the other person, that you're actually going to come across as being a warm, valuable person. Now, it's not saying that this is the be-all and end-all, but it has come from a source where this particular gentleman has made well over 7 figures a year income in building an online business, just utilizing these qualifying questions, these conversations. This particular person is a person of value that you can absolutely trust. He's put it into action and he has lived the lifestyle of his dreams ever since. And he just uses these conversation questions on a day-by-day basis. Okay, so what we're looking at is we're trying to build the conversation after you've built rapport. So this is like step 2. When you're building or connecting, it might be step 3 in what I was talking about before. When you're making that connection, you're commenting on their Facebook page, you're commenting on things that you're doing, you're finding out some things that are in common with them, you're feeling like there's a little bit of rapport. And that might take a couple of conversations that will take place. It might happen really, really quickly. You might find that it might take a week or 2 weeks because they're really slow in responding to your messaging or comments that you're posting on their page. So what we're trying to do is to build the conversation after that rapport bridge has been built. So you got me there? You're all in one? So now what we're doing is another conversation, which could be on another day. So all of this doesn't have to happen day after day after day after day. It could be over a process of a few days. So you don't have to go and dump the whole truckload of all of these questions and comments in the first instance. It's actually going to be a process over a period of days or even weeks. So one of an opening question, an opening conversation that you've already got rapport with is, "Hi, how's your day going so far?" And just leave it at that. Or, "What's happening with you in wherever town? Cairns, Brisbane, New York, Hobart, Coffs Harbour." Or, "Has anything been happening since we chatted last?" So can you see there's been a bit of a time differentiation between the conversation that had happened previously? So you wait for them to respond and make some small talk, but always try and keep the conversation focused on them, depending on how the small talk is going, and only if it seems appropriate. Maybe try to change their state and bring them to a point of laughing, bring them to something funny, just get creative. So this is now getting into learning to get it towards the close and bringing them to that point of decision, being able to send them that sales video. "Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, what is it that you do for a living?" "I'm just curious." Now put their name in there, obviously. What do you do for a living? Tim? I'm just curious. That I'm just curious is a very, very, very important phrase. It gets past the conscious mind into the subconscious, and the subconscious loves it. The subconscious loves curiosity. Now, what you can say, if their response is delayed, you might say something like, oh, sorry, I hope that's not too personal, if they don't get back to you straight away. Generally, people don't mind telling you, but the most important thing is you just don't want to feel like you're there prying for information, because people can get scared off with people who are trying to push themselves on others, especially in social media. Try to use the person's name as often as possible, but don't go over the top. If you know how to put a smiley in, put a smiley in, or LOL. But, if you use them too many times, it can get a little bit like this person's weird. So, more often than not, they'll answer you back by telling you what it is that you do, and then they'll ask you, as we all would, what is it that you do? So you come down with this little saying, and you can have your own, but me, I help people make money, or I help people from all over the world, help them improve their financial situation. And then just leave it. Don't go any further. Quickly turn the subject back to them. Then it's time to ask them one more question. This is the next one. So, how's the job going for you, when you find out what that job is? Now, the reason that you're asking them this question is you want to find out what they do and gauge whether they really love it, whether they're happy with their current employment. Dig around and just ask a few fun-related questions to see if you can uncover any pain. So, you can say, how long have you been doing that for? Do you do that part-time or full-time? Do you enjoy it? What is it that you like about the job that you do? What is it that you dislike about your job? Oh, you must be making a lot of money doing that, LOL, or something to that degree. Be careful, that can be an offensive question. So, after they've responded back to you, your next question is, can I ask you something? John, Tim, Tammy, and then wait. Don't say anything. Wait, can I ask you something? Tim? Once you get a yes, simply follow on with, how much money do you think you'd need to make each month to be able to walk away from what you are currently doing, to live the lifestyle that you've always wanted to live? And wait. Did you get that? Do you want me to say it again? I think I said it in a previous module. How much money do you think you'd need to make each month to be able to walk away from what you are currently doing and live the kind of lifestyle that you want? An optional question is, the reason I'm asking is because from what you've said above, I think I may be able to help you. Now don't tell them any more yet. You might feel more comfortable in saying that, but just depending on the kind of rapport that you've worked with that person, you need to ask either one of those two questions. Very, very important. Don't do this conversation thing without asking that, because you're going to help them step into the opportunity that you have ready to share with them. So you want to try and get a number from them. $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. You see, you might be talking to some professional people that they might be very easily on $10,000 a month and above. So don't cut yourself short. You mightn't be earning that kind of money, but don't think other people can't be. So just be open and allow them to respond back to you. If they tell you something that's too low, try and stretch them a little bit and say, surely $500 a month wouldn't be enough. Really? Only that amount? From my experience, I think most people need about $5,000 a month. Wouldn't that be correct? Wouldn't that be standard for us too? Most people need about $5,000 a month. We all need to pay our bills, LOL, hey. So I thought you would have actually said a lot more. So what's happening is you're trying to get them to think bigger, to stretch in their imagination, to get them questioning about what could be possible. So, wow, I wouldn't be doing the right thing by you if I didn't tell you that I could help you achieve that kind of thing. Would that be a good place to start? If I could help you achieve that $5,000 a month? If they respond with yes, well, let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. What a great close that is. So I wouldn't be doing the right thing if I didn't actually tell you that there's something that you could actually be earning, some way you could actually be earning that extra $5,000 a month. Would that be a good start? And of course, you can ask, would that make a difference right now? Yes. Let's get started. So depending on how much money that they've actually said back to you, it just might be, you've just got to be careful in how you deal with that. But my initial encouragement would be to say, can I send you a video? Can I send you a link to watch where there are people right now earning in excess of $10,000 a month? It only goes for 2 minutes. When would you have time to watch it? And of course, that's part of our steps in our follow-up, but you get that commitment in that conversation. At that stage, you can send them the link. You can send it through the messenger and they can pull it up then, or you can send it through an email, but I would suggest through the messenger link, because if that's the way that you're currently talking. So you're trying to unearth something, and it mightn't be that specific. It might be they've talked about their kids, and so you say, how much money would you need per month to send your kids to uni? How much per month would you need in order to save your wife from going back to work? How much money would you need in order to quit that second job that you've got? You've obviously got to flow through from the conversation and the rapport that you've had with that person before. But using those words, how much money would you need for? And obviously link it back to the rapport that you've built with them previously. And then it's like, if I can show you a way, would it be okay if I could send you a link to show you where people right now are earning that kind of money? And of course, then you can go and send them that link. So you're wanting to encourage them to watch it, and then of course, another question could be, if I could show you a step-by-step system and strategy that my associates and I use every day that make that kind of money, would that be of something interest to you? So it's another close. If I can show you a step-by-step strategy, and these 3 C's, guys, this simple online system is actually going to help them do that. We owe it to them to show people how making conversations with people on the internet is all you need. People on social media. We need to get and find out, unearth their problems, and then say, here is something, here is a vehicle that could help you achieve that. Don't expect every one of them to jump and say, yep, that sounds absolutely wonderful. Some people are in different places at different times. And that's why sometimes it's good to have a different product up your sleeve that you could actually offer, say, currency trading, which is a network marketing company too that I could get you involved with, or cryptocurrency or affiliate marketing, just depending on what you think that they would be interested in. But ultimately, you just want to get them to a video to watch so that they will have that sales clip to follow through, and then you follow through by connecting with them after they've watched it. Very, very important. So what you can say, the reason that I'm wanting to send this to you is that I'd like you to be able to, whatever it is, send your kids to college, pay your house off, go on those holidays that you'd like to go on. So you can actually pull it away from an actual amount of money and start to link it towards the dream that's in their heart. So we're going to send them the link. We're going to send them the sales link, and then you're going to follow them up and get them onto either your business page or onto a webinar page and do what step 6 was in the previous module. Very, very important. So we're trying to get a close, we're trying to get a commitment, we're trying to get them to say yes, they'd like to be involved, and of course, once you've got that time locked in, you can then get onto Zoom, you can get onto Skype, you can get onto that telephone conversation, and then just answer their questions, pull in an expert. We've got teams of people that are around us if that's required. But it's just simple. Let the video do the talking, let the sales team do the talking, and just take your hands off it and let people choose to change their own financial circumstances and their own financial situation. Again, congratulations on completing module, whatever it is, 4, 5, and just well done. We've still got a couple of steps to go. The next one that I'm wanting to go through is tips and tricks. That's very important. So I think this has been module 5. Tips and tricks being module 6. That is really important for you to follow through. Things that will just help you put a lot of this together. So congratulations. I look forward to seeing you be the ultimate success that you've been created to be. Just be that brilliant you, be that great person that you've been created to be. Here's to your every success. I'll see you in module 6.